Right now at 5, a campaign based on accomplishments. The candidates for La Crosse County Sheriff are running on the high road.
BT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thanks for watching News 8 Now at 5. I'm Amy DuPont.
And I'm Ken Kozorowski. The election is 1 week away. Voters have seen attack ads about a majority of races, except for one, the La Crosse County Sheriff's race.
News 8 Now's Dua Israr spoke to both candidates who say the sheriff's race is bigger than the letter next to their name.
Amy and Ken, the La Crosse County Sheriff's race is being contested for the first time in 16 years. When voters head to the polls on November 8th, they will choose between Fritz Leinfelder and John Siegel. Earlier this year, Sheriff Jeff Wolf announced he would be stepping down after one term. Prior to Wolf, Steve Helgeson held the position for 12 years. This is the first time since 2006 that two candidates are running for the position in a general election. Leinfelder is running as a Republican, Siegel is running as a Democrat. Political analyst Joe Heim says none of that matters.
They both have a lot of experience. They both are considered pretty evenly handed, and essentially party does not mean that much when you have a situation like that.
The sheriff's race is a partisan race because of the state constitution. According to Article 6 of the Wisconsin Constitution, sheriffs shall be chosen by the electors of the respective counties during the same time as the governor's race. Heim says although the race is more about experience, as partisanship trickles down to the local level, the future of it may look different.
All right. Thanks very much, Dua.
And coming up tonight at 6, Dua spoke with both candidates. You're going to hear from them at that time.
Well, in the meantime, absolutely beautiful day weather-wise. It felt like middle of summer.
Oh, it's beautiful, lots of sunshine. Bill, lasts for a while.
Yeah, it's an unseasonably warm day today, 74 degrees. I apologize for the microphone issues we're having in the background there. 71 in Eau Claire, 74 in La Crosse, 73 in Winona, 75 in Boscobel. Again, these temperatures would be more typical of what we would see in mid to late September, not the first day of November. Mainly sunny sky all across the upper Midwest, just a few high clouds north and west of Eau Claire. And our temperature still at 72 degrees in La Crosse and Black River Falls, 70 in Eau Claire, 73 in Winona, 69 in Viroqua, and 72 in Prairie du Chien. So mainly clear overnight, milder temperatures, lows in the 40s for most, including about 48 degrees in La Crosse, so well above that average low of 36 degrees. Couple more mild days in store. In fact, we could be flirting with a record high tomorrow, and then some rain chances return later in the week. I'll have all the details of my 8-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right. Thanks very much, Bill. The Eau Claire Police Department is asking for the public's help finding a missing woman. 28-year-old Jennifer Weidinger has not been seen since last Thursday, the 27th. She was seen in the Barstow Street area of downtown Eau Claire. Police say she might have her hair dyed blue or green. If anyone has any information, they are asked to contact the police department. You can also submit a tip to the Eau Claire County Crime Stoppers, and we'll put up more information as it comes on news8000.com.
A local organization is helping voters save their rights by endorsing candidates who will be on the ballot this November. The coalition was formed after the city of La Crosse approved an ordinance on conversion therapy bans.
They presented their first ever voter's guide, which shows voters candidates that they believe will be most likely to honor the U.S. Constitution. They say anyone who's unsure of who to vote for on Election Day should consider their guide.
We encourage all of you voters, independent voters, voters who haven't made up their minds yet, voters who are open-minded to receive this new information, voters in the middle. We are speaking to you. What can you do about it? You can vote.
And if you'd like more information, including who they endorsed on their voter's guide, you can head over to news8000.com. The Republican candidate for Wisconsin's Attorney General says crime victims and their families are waiting far too long for closure. During a campaign stop in Sparta, Eric Toney met with the Monroe County Sheriff and District Attorney. Toney is the current Fond du Lac County District Attorney and president of the Wisconsin District Attorneys Association. Toney says state resources haven't changed, but under incumbent Democrat Josh Kaul's leadership, It's taken longer, he says, for prosecutors to get evidence, like lab results, back in a timely manner. And Tony says that's harmful for everyone involved with cases.
And that's families, victims waiting for justice, a defendant maybe sitting in custody, waiting for that evidence for a case to move forward. And we need an attorney general that's not going to give these issues lip service and actually make it a priority.
I'm going to start with a national.
Now, Attorney General Call campaigned on eliminating the state crime lab backlog of sexual assault kits, and according to his campaign, worked to pass legislation to prevent a future backlog of untested sexual assault kits.
The Republican candidate for Minnesota governor says his plan on abortion can create positive changes in his state. Dr. Scott Jensen is running against incumbent Tim Walz. The Minnesota Constitution lists abortion as a legal process. Jensen says he's not looking to change that. As a pro-life doctor, Jensen says he and his running mate, Matt Burke, can still show they can be, quote, for women.
That means that we have birth control pills over the counter like the majority of the world has. That means we max out the prices of a birth control pill pack for a month at $10. That means that we have paid maternity programs. We can make abortion and its consideration much, much less prominent in our society.
Walz has said there will never be an abortion ban under his watch. Last week, he signed executive action declining to honor neighboring state requests to expedite women who come to Minnesota for an abortion.
And if you've decided on your candidates and your absentee ballot is all filled out, post office officials say getting it in the mail today is important. USPS says today is the recommended deadline day to mail your finished ballot to make sure it gets counted. They say it can take up to 7 days for your local clerk to receive your ballot in the mail. If you haven't mailed in your ballot today, you can still go to your clerk's office to drop off your ballot. And of course, you can also go to the polls on November 8th.
Good news for students this morning. Officials at the UW-La Crosse and Western Technical College signed multiple transfer agreements, which are beneficial for both UWL and Western students. Transferring between colleges can be stressful for students because some of their credits may not transfer. Western Technical College's president says these agreements will make it easier for students to keep the credits they've worked so hard for.
You can take a class and then hope it transfers. Or you can work with advisors and work with professionals that help you in the front end, and then you take a class and you know that it transfers. What we've organized here is transfers that are guaranteed to bring 60 credits.
Once students complete their Associate of Arts degree at Western, they get admitted to UWL's psychology, business, and exercise and sports science programs. Proving that teamwork really does make the dream work. You may remember that the 17th annual Steppin' Out Pink fundraiser was unfortunately canceled because the rainy weather was so sad.
Yeah.
Although the event didn't go as planned, Stepping Out Pink met its goal of raising $350,000 to support breast cancer research and patients.
That's quite an effort. That goal was met with the help of the 4,000 people who participated and 350 volunteers as well. The 18th annual event is scheduled for Saturday, September 9th of next year. You can still support this year's event. We'll have a link at news8000.com with information on how to do so.
Coming up, addressing violence in schools ahead of Election Day.
Everyone from federal officials to concerned parents are speaking up.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
All units, all units. Reports of an abortion at Central Hospital. Officers needed to detain doctor.
If Ron Johnson has his way, he wouldn't just ban abortions. Doctors could go to jail for it. And Johnson's tried for over a decade. He even co-sponsored a bill with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman, and said if women don't like an abortion ban, they can just move. But it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
Warm up the room with an electric fireplace from Pleasant Hearth at Menards. Doubling as an entertainment center, add ambience to any room with its realistic flames and embers. Adjust everything from temperature to flame levels with its multifunctional remote. Save 11% on electric fireplaces. Be sure to discover the Criterion advantages with our great selection of in-stock appliances. All energy efficient, from dishwashers and refrigerators to washers and dryers. All Criterion appliances are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Most CBD stores' journey begins in front of a computer, but here at Fifth World, our journey begins on the farm. We grow all the hemp for our CBD and other products, but whether on the farm
or in our certified kitchen where all our products are made to the highest standards, or at the shop where we offer therapeutic massage, we guarantee that quality comes first.
Come sign up for our 10-day trial sample or bring in a receipt from any local competitor and we'll beat their price. So stop by today, and remember, here at Fifth World, we're all family.
He pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself. Send him back, and he'll make things worse. Ron Johnson would let Wisconsin ban abortion, even in cases of rape, and said if you don't like it, you can move. He voted to raise the retirement age and wants to end guaranteed spending on the Social Security you earned.
Social Security is a legal Ponzi scheme, but that's exactly what it is.
Ron Johnson, still making it harder on us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Upgrade your Harley this winter and let us store it. Reserve your spot with Great River Harley-Davidson. Schedule your tune-up and upgrades now and have them ready for spring. Our technicians have over 51 years of experience working on Harley-Davidson motorcycles. We have the factory-approved parts, tools, and diagnostic equipment to keep your Harley-Davidson motorcycle tuned exactly to Harley-Davidson specifications. Spend $500 or more on parts, service, or upgrades and receive free storage until April 2023. Space is limited. Call or stop in today to reserve your spot.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
With a sentencing hearing underway in Florida for a convicted school shooter in just a week until the election, the safety of children in schools is among parents' top concerns.
As CBS's Natalie Brand reports, a national summit is underway, bringing experts and educators together to address the issue.
From Uvalde, Texas to St. Louis, Missouri just last week, U.S. school shootings this year have already climbed to a record high. According to Education Week, there have been 40 school shootings resulting in injuries or deaths in 2022. 34 people were killed and 88 injured.
Every child, every person in this country and frankly around the world deserves a safe, secure, supportive environment in which to be educated.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas kicked off a 3-day virtual summit on school safety and security. He says the response to violence needs to involve everyone, from health professionals to parents to law enforcement.
This really requires an all-of-community response to the fact that individuals are expressing their infirmities, their challenges, through acts of violence.
And officials are concerned about the rise of swatting incidents, calls to emergency responders with false threats to try and elicit a police response. Schools are also trying to guard against cyber attacks like the one that targeted Los Angeles Unified in September.
We were warned that we were susceptible to a hack. And at that point, we did not tighten up our security systems, which is unfortunate.
Secretary Mayorkas says the government recommends victims not pay the ransom demand. He says federal agencies are prepared to help schools patch vulnerabilities and identify bad actors. Natalie Brent, CBS News, Washington.
Still to come this evening, clean water efforts continuing.
Some residents who may need or have abandoned wells can now apply for DNR assistance.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. We could be flirting with a record high in La Crosse tomorrow. All the details of my 8-day forecast after the break.
The Cooley region has been good to me and my family, and I wanted to give something back. That's why I ran for the state assembly. And I've tried to do good things in Madison for the people of western Wisconsin. Wisconsin is facing a lot of problems today, and we need people who understand how things work. Right now, Wisconsin has a $5 billion surplus. With that surplus, we need to cut taxes. We need to fix our roads, and we need to fund our schools, and we need to do that now.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruit and vegetables, but featuring so much more. Come see all that we have. Homemade bakery, large selection of locally produced honey, gourmet popcorn, craft beer, wine and cheese, meat and seafood, arts and crafts, and so much more. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Look at that. What you're seeing is Olson Solar Energy working in the sun to make the sun work for you. What you can't see are the lower or no energy bills, selling extra energy back to your electric company, and the increase in property value without an increase in property taxes. The sun works for homes and businesses. The only thing you need is Olson Solar working in the sun to make the sun work for you. Now booking installations for 2023. Call Olson Solar Energy today.
You've heard what women say about working at Tim Michaels' company, that they were groped
A male superior groped the crotch and inner thigh of a female employee.
and pressured to have sex with their bosses. And now we know more. According to an attorney involved in the case, when the only woman on a Michaels road crew was sexually harassed on the job, the company did not take it seriously. From the top down. From the top down. If that's how Tim Michaels runs his company, how do you think he'd run the state?
Look at this car. What kind of make and model is it? Oh, make, model, automobile, huh?
We were kind of looking for something different.
We put the lot in Car Lot. Let's take a look at that beauty over there.
Way over there?
Owning a car is about the journey, not the destination.
Get more of what you deserve in your car buying experience, inventory, and service. See for yourself at Cooley Auto.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page or find us at news8000.com. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Grant applications are underway or open now for Wisconsinites who need help with their private wells.
The state is putting $10 million in American Rescue Plan Act funds toward a well compensation and abandonment program. Now, this money is for residents, not local governments or school districts.
Landowners can use that money to replace, reconstruct, treat, or abandon their well. According to the Secretary of the DNR, there are roughly 800,000 wells in Wisconsin, and many are in bad shape.
And we know that families, specifically young families or senior citizens that live with wells that are crumbling, that they don't have ready access to capital to put their well in good condition.
So the DNR has application forms available online. We'll post that link on news8000.com.
Beautiful day out there.
Oh, I know. I actually used the air conditioner on my way into work.
No way.
Yeah,
Did you really?
I sure
Okay.
did.
No, I went for just windows open a bit, Bill. What about you?
Just windows, good for me. But yeah, it was abnormally warm for sure. Check out these numbers. Crystal clear sky, by the way. But temperatures were well above average. Now, we started about where we should. 37 was the low, 36 is average. And then we added 37 degrees to that. Crazy how much we warmed today, but the air is very dry, and that dry air can really warm quickly. 74 was the high. That is 20 degrees above average. Not quite record territory, though. 80 is the record today, set in 1933, and we're starting the new month, of course, dry, and we are almost 6.5 inches below average for precipitation this year, so we could do some rainfall, and finally it returns to the forecast later this week. Still 72 degrees. At the airport and downtown here at the station. Winds out of the south, a little breezy at times today, 10 to 15 miles per hour, and the Mississippi holding steady, 4.89 feet. 70 degrees in Eau Claire as well. Winds out of the south at 8, and again, very dry dew points in the 30s. Relative humidity only 30%. Look at how warm these temperatures are all the way to the U.S.-Canadian border. Temperatures in the 60s to around 70 degrees, even some spots flirting with 80 degrees over the Central Plains. 72 right now in La Crosse and Winona. 71 in Sparta, still 72 in Black River Falls, 71 in Prairie du Chien. And again, winds out of the south, 5 to 15 miles per hour. So skies are clear. Just a few high clouds will drift over parts of the area overnight, primarily north. But this ridge of high pressure continues to protect us from any storm systems, keeping them well to our north and west. Eventually, that cold front will bring some rain chances later this week, starting Thursday night. But until then, clear skies tonight, lots of sunshine again for tomorrow, maybe a few clouds later in the day, but a southerly wind, and that's going to really keep temperatures on the warm side. And then heading into Thursday, more clouds start to increase, and eventually some rain chances will start to crop up to our west and then move eastward during the overnight hours Thursday and into our Friday. But look at these temperatures tomorrow. Mid-70s, in fact, right around 75 or 76 degrees in the La Crosse area. Low to mid-70s down to the south. Again, these numbers would be more typical of mid to late September rather than early November. And as we head back to the north, more of the same, even about 73 for a high in Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls. So for tonight, mainly clear and milder, 48 for the low, so not as chilly as the past several nights. 76 tomorrow is my forecast. The record is 75, set way back in 1938. So it's going to be a close call, but either way you slice it, abnormally warm for tomorrow. Sunny to partly cloudy sky, kind of breezy as well. Breezy, increasing clouds Thursday, but still mild, a high of 73. And then finally some rain chances return Thursday night, and then periods of rain likely Friday and Saturday, maybe even some thunder Thursday night and Friday. And that rain and cloud cover will cool us back closer to average, 60 on Friday, 57 on Saturday. And then it looks like we'll stay mainly in the 50s, looking mainly dry right now Sunday and Monday. Slight chances of showers for Election Day next Tuesday with highs around 58 degrees. And again, another reminder that daylight saving time comes to an end early Sunday morning, so you set those clocks back an hour as you head to bed Saturday night. You get an extra night. I wish you had an extra night of sleep, extra hour of sleep.
We'll take the hour.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay.
Still to come this evening, performing artists, time to rejoice.
La Crosse's Chamber Chorale is set for concert season. Details on the theme next.
Wednesday on News 8 Now this morning, a century-old apple orchard in upstate New York that offers plenty of reasons to visit this fall is taking on a new business, one you might not expect. And no one has won the Powerball jackpot after Monday's drawing. What the jackpot is sitting at right now. Have a great Tuesday night. More News 8 Now is on after the break.
Whether it's windows or doors, siding or sunrooms, baths or kitchens, we've got you covered with our on-staff installers, plumbers, and electricians. Don't lose sleep trying to coordinate it all yourself. We're here to take the pain out of your next remodel. Call or visit today.
It's fast food and service with authentic Mexican flavor at Senor Villa. With fun daily specials and cold, refreshing margaritas you won't want to miss. Come to Senor Villa in La Crosse and Onalaska. Authentic Mexican food and flavor.
Tim Michaels wants to scare you with lies. Here's the truth. Independent fact checkers gave Michaels' parole attacks a pants-on-fire rating, saying they were false and that the governor does not allow any release of criminals. That's a fact. And here's another fact. Tony Evers actually increased police funding, and he's working to invest in high-crime areas, in job training, after-school programs, and mental health. So when you see all these, do this.
All the Taco Tuesday excitement at Taco John's can really start to mix things up. Just look at these delicious simmering Tuesdays. And on this taco, Tuesdays are only $1.19. See you on taco at Tuesday John's. Oh, whoops, Taco John's.
No two sets of eyes are the same, and nothing should keep them from getting the expert eye care they need. That's why we'll cover your cost of your insurance copay or your eye exam. Schedule your eye exam at pearlvision.com.
This is fentanyl, so dangerous that one pill kills. They make it in China, smuggle it through Mexico. Across our border that Joe Biden surrendered to cartels and gangs. Brad Path backs Biden's open border agenda 100%. Fentanyl killed 1,200 people last year in Wisconsin alone. Now every town is a border town. Path won't stop the drugs, so we have to stop Brad Path.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Make it a family dinner night every Sunday at Senior Villa, where kids eat free, one per adult, open to close. And it's a menu you know they'll love. Senior Villa, authentic Mexican food and flavor in La Crosse and Onalaska.
King Charles's royal regret about William and Harry, plus Oprah's favorite things. Next, ET.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
An upcoming music festival is bringing world-renowned musicians right to La Crosse.
UWL will host its annual New Music Festival for the next 3 days. Tomorrow, starting at 7:30, you'll get a chance to hear music from UWL student ensembles.
Thursday, UWL faculty and guests will perform selections from living composers. And on the final day of the festival, a Grammy Award-winning soprano and a chamber musician and cellist, they're going to be there, and they'll be featured during that concert. All of the concerts are free and open to the public at the Lowe Center for the Arts.
And the beautiful music actually doesn't stop there. The La Crosse Chamber Chorale is about to kick off their 37th concert season. Choir members from college age to age 60 will sing music that reflects the beauty of nature. The choir's artistic director says that the theme allows for a broad spectrum of songs.
So we'll have songs about, anywhere from crickets to birds chirping, but also about surviving storms and the trees everywhere. And so, we have some music that's all the way written back in the Renaissance in the 1400s, but then we have music that was as contemporary as written about 5 years ago. So a huge variety of choral music.
I gotta hear that banger about crickets for sure. So you'll get a chance to come to the woods and hear the Chamber Choir's first performances this weekend. We've got more info at news8000.com.
And stay with us. We will preview what's coming up at 6 after this.
And Bill's got another look at tonight's forecast.
Tune in Mondays at noon for Medicare Mondays, brought to you locally by Strive Medicare. Everything you need to know about open enrollment, Medicare Part D, and Medicare supplements, brought to you locally by Strive Medicare.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Fall Workwear event is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for quality boots and apparel, offering fair and honest prices on workwear to help your hard-earned dollars go further. Right now, get $25 in Carhartt bucks for every $125 you spend on Carhartt gear, including these men's Carhartt Wedge boots with built-in support for any job site. All Wolverine and Catwork boots are $10 off, and men's Rustler jeans are just $14.99.
Under Tony Evers and Joe Biden, it's been bad, but it's gonna get much worse because winter is coming. That's right. Reports are saying natural gas heating bills are going up by 28%. Inflation has already caused pain at the pump, grocery checkouts, on rent. But this fall, there's still time to stop the winter pain by voting no on Tony Evers before he makes it even worse, if that's possible.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors has been selling, servicing, and installing garage doors since 1964 and believe garage doors should be exceptional quality and craftsmanship. We guarantee to help you select a door to fit all of your needs. We offer a large stock inventory of CHI overhead doors, including residential, commercial, rolling steel, and high-speed doors. Visit our website and design the door of your dreams with CHI Door Visions. Get your free quote today.
His job was to serve and protect. Instead, reports say Dave Estenson assaulted and preyed on girls for years. One report of sexually assaulting a teenager. Multiple reports of Estenson trying to coerce girls into sexual favors to avoid citations. And Estenson wants to ban all abortions, forcing victims of rape and incest to carry their predator's child. Sexual predators belong behind bars, not in the state Senate.
Tune in Mondays at noon for Medicare Mondays, brought to you locally by Strive Medicare. Everything you need to know about open enrollment, Medicare Part D, and Medicare supplements, brought to you locally by Strive Medicare.
We've got a lot of news coming up. With just 1 week to go until Election Day, a look at the key races around the country. Plus our exclusive interview with California Governor Gavin Newsom. Will he run for president as a Democrat in 2024? And could there be a vaccine to combat RSV coming soon? That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
And coming up on News 8 now at 6, a staple of the election cycle is going by the wayside. Some candidates are refusing to debate their opponent.
A political expert weighs in on what that means for voters and the election process. That story coming up tonight at 6.
And just a gorgeous evening for outdoor plans. Temperature is still 72 degrees in La Crosse right now. We drop through the 60s over the next couple of hours, 50s overnight, and early morning lows in the 40s for most to right near 50 degrees with a mainly clear sky. Breezy the next couple of days, but still very, very warm. Record warmth possible tomorrow with that high of 76, 73 on Thursday, and finally some much needed rainfall Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. Periods of rain looking like a pretty good bet.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Thanks so much for joining us.
And we appreciate your time. We hope you'll join us again at 6.